Before you're gonna even buy TPU that it's super soft like our Filament TPU 82A or our Spectrum S-FLEX 85A in short scale, you should take a look if your 3D printer is actually able to print with it. Because if you want to print something from really soft material, you should check it if the extruder is able to take this filament inside and print it through your nozzle. Welcome back, my name is Rafał, this is Spectrum Filaments YouTube channel, and today I will talk about how to print successfully with super soft materials like TPU 82 or 85A. Quick version for those who doesn't have too much time. Basically, you should check in the documentation of your 3D printer if actually it is possible to print with shore hardness less than 90A. Because from all of my printers, only one can do it. It's Prusa MK4S. Actually, Prusa Core 1 Plus should do it as well, but there is another problem. First of all, it should be direct drive extruder instead of Bowden type. It's pretty obvious, right? But sometimes people don't know it. Nozzle size is very important, because if you have 0.4mm nozzle, it's going to be very highly likely that it's going to clog. Because there's too much pressure coming inside the nozzle and TPU cannot escape from the nozzle fast enough. So picking 0.6 or 0.8 nozzle, not high flow, remember that. It needs to be hollow through. So the less obstacles, the better. I did manage to print with TPU 82A on 0.4mm nozzle, like those items here, but believe me, 0.6 or 0.8 nozzle, it's much easier to print with. If the user manual of your 3D printer doesn't say if it's possible to print with such soft materials, you should check one thing. If the tensioner on your extruder is adjustable. If there is possibility to adjust the tension, you should release it a little bit, like 1 turn or 2 turns on the screw, and then the pressure on the filament on the gears will be enough to provide the flow of the filament. If your printer have PTFE tubes, you should remove it. Even bed slingers can have the PTF tubes. MK4S doesn't have it, so there is no problem. Because the filament inside the PTF tubes, even with those that are called low friction, can have too much friction, and the filament will just extend, producing too much friction, and then the extruder will just try to pull it more and more, and we know what's happening when you're trying to pull the filaments more and more and more and more. It's getting thinner and thinner and thinner, causing under extrusion all the time. So it means that you're gonna have a lot of holes in your 3D model. There is no fixed filament profile for every printer. Every printer can have a little bit different settings and, of course, depending on the nozzle size. So I don't have for every printer, for every slicer profiles, but I have a basic one that you can download and play with it. The basic settings you should start with is to reduce the max flow to 4 cubic millimeters per second. Change the temperature of the nozzle to 230 degrees plus minus 5, you can play with this a little bit. Change the bed temperature to 40, for example, and use PA texturated sheet, and also use glue for this separation layer. Remember to increase the extrusion rate of the filament to 1.1 or maybe 1.3, because, for example, I was printing this cone with 85A and then 82A with 0.8mm nozzle with extrusion rate 1.3, and I think I can even bump it to 1.4. And it's gonna be even better looking. Printing speed you should reduce to, for example, 15 to 50 millimeters per second, depending on the nozzle and, of course, the filament. Retraction should be minimized from 0.4 to 0.1 millimeter, or even if it's possible, just disable it, and then the clogging will not appear at all. Drying filament, it's mandatory on TPU any shore hardness, because they like to soak up the moisture from the air really fast. If you're gonna leave your filament outside the bag with desiccant, it's gonna soak up the moisture really fast within 24 hours, and it's gonna be really bad looking when you're gonna print it. So yeah, you need to have dryer, and you need to have some kind of container to store your filaments dry. Check your print settings, because if you're gonna try to print it really empty, hollow, and, for example, vase mode, it's not gonna print at all, probably, because the material, it's so soft. The nozzle will just drag it a little bit here and there, and it's gonna not look very good, and probably you're gonna get a clog or stuff like that. So try to use very, very little infill. For example, this air duster, I think it's called this way, It contains only 1 or 2% gyroid infill, and it is possible to squeeze it and get this nice airflow. So it was also possible to print with 0.4mm nozzle. So this is very important. So now the long version with the more details and me more talking. So grab a cup of tea or coffee and relax, because right now we're gonna talk about printing profiles. As I said before, you can download it from Google Drive for your slicer, and this is like a starting point. So you can adjust the temperature, the flow, the nozzle size, and start with something small there to see how your printer is acting with those very soft filaments. The biggest problem with those very soft TPUs are the friction. So removing any PTF tube, any sensor in the middle, because for example Prusa Core 1 have even one more sensor, filament sensor, before the extruder, yeah, it's gonna cause some problems. And also the stock holder on, for example, MK4S, it's also generating a little bit too much friction because the spool, it's not ideally centered. So I made a small model with bearings, everything is 3D printed by the way, and then you can put the spool on it and the spool will turn more freely, reducing the friction and the tension even more. So there's going to be no under extrusion and your 3D model will look really good. Most of the printers with Core XY build, like Prusa Core 1, Creality K2 Plus, or maybe Bambu P1S or P2S, they are built that the spool is somewhere in the back, somewhere in the side. So there is not a clear route for the filament. So probably you're going to need to print some kind of holder to get this filament straight to the extruder with the closest road possible and no obstacles, no sensors, no tubing. Again, before buying such a soft materials, just check your manual, user manual or Wikipedia to check if your printer is able to print it, because you can clearly see in the documentation for Cobra X from Anycubic that it's not possible to print it. They don't guarantee that it's going to work. The softest material you can print is 95A. As well, I tried with Bambu A1, but yeah, doesn't work. The softest material you can print is 90A, and it's also not guaranteed that it's going to work. On K2 Plus, Creality and Creality High, also not possible. There is a clear information in the Wikipedia. Don't do it. It's not going to work. Because extruders are just not made to pull the soft materials. It's going to cause problems and probably it's going to tangle inside, and you don't want to open extruder, remove every single gear to see where it is, because it's going to be everywhere, believe me. But if your printer is able to print those soft materials and you just bought your filament, you should check pressure advanced calibration and maybe automatic flow calibration, because if your printer have this option, you should disable it, because if it's going to start doing that, TPU, it's not gonna work as well. It's just gonna mix some settings and it's gonna not look very good. So if you are a lucky owner of Prusa MK4S or other printer that looks the same and works in a similar way, there is high probability that you're gonna print it successfully with our TPU 82A or 85A. There are very, very soft materials and also very usable, because you can print, for example, this door stopper that it's supposed to stop the door, as the name says, of course, and prevent the door slamming the wall, right? Or maybe this small little funny bug for kids to play. It's very strong and it's hard to break. So TPU is also good for stuff like that. And if you're gonna notice a little bit of stringing, you can use a fire to just remove the stringing as other materials. But be careful, because TPU is likely to melt with too much temperature. And with TPU, it's not a problem with the retraction, it being too small, too weak. It's because the moisture is inside, and the problem is that probably you need to dry it, right? So it's a pretty simple solution. Just dry your filament and it's going to work. It's super sturdy, it's not going to break. Also, I recommend to use a glue stick on your build plate to generate this small separation layer to easier removal of your TPU prints, because TPU is super sticky. Be prepared that you're gonna do some calibration and you're gonna do some test prints. Something will fail, believe me. And if you're gonna be successful, let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious what are you printing with TPU. For those who are sticking to the end of this video, you can use Spectrum YT10 code to get 10% off on your order in our shop.spectrumfilaments.com. I hope this video was helpful to you and you will subscribe to our channel so you won't miss anything that is coming up. That's all for today and see you in the next one.